Hello friends, and good evening. Please, make yourself at home. Get comfortable, relax, you've had a long day. Tonight's story is a troubling one. This young man seems to have found the girl of his dreams. But sometimes, dream girls aren't all they seem. So, pour yourself a whiskey, or perhaps a spot of tea, and sit back and relax to a story with me. She was so beautiful. I looked at her from across the bar till she noticed me staring. I just couldn't help myself. I've never seen anyone like her. She was flawless, almost perfect. Her smile was so amazing, I felt joy just seeing it. I had to talk to her, but I was so afraid of rejection. I couldn't let her go. I forced myself to go talk to her. She was sitting alone, so if I was rejected, at least it would save me the embarrassment. I was still so amazed by her that I didn't notice that I was already standing right in front of her. "Can I help you?" she asked. No. I mean, yes. Can I buy you a drink?" I said, with a weird smile. She held up her hand and pointed her drink at mine. She was drinking the same thing I was. Even more of a perfect girl. We started talking, and one thing led to another, and let's just say she stayed at my place that night. We spent the entire next day side by side. It was simply wonderful. We even went as far as dressing similar, which was completely unplanned, but it seemed to happen more often than not. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed every last second with her. It was crazy how much I found out we were alike over the next few weeks. When we'd go to a movie, it was no problem to agree on one. Eating out was even more simple. We were always in the mood for the same restaurant, and she always ate the exact same thing as me. I loved her so much. And that love grew tremendously every day, every single second. We were inseparable, and we never left each other's side. I wished so badly that my parents could meet the girl of my dreams, but sadly they passed away a few years back, and oddly enough, hers did as well. Things were starting to get strange. Every single little thing we did or liked was so similar. It was like we lived each other's lives. She had a golden retriever as a child, and I did as well. And they were both called Stuart. This I found extremely strange, considering Stuart wasn't a normal dog name. We both even lived in the same neighbourhood. Same street, I believe. I don't remember seeing her. Not even once. All of this, all the similarities, were starting to freak me out. Like I said before, we were always together. It was driving me crazy. I could barely use the bathroom without her following me down the hall. I lost all my friends because I could never go anywhere by myself. They all completely abandoned me. She was getting obsessive. One night, the night I wanted to see my best friend Jonathan so badly, I hadn't seen him in months, and he agreed to meet me as long as she didn't come with me. She put up one hell of a fight that night. She wouldn't let me go. She was trying so hard to not let me get ready to meet Jonathan. She hid everything she could to prolong me getting ready. She hid my razors, cell phone, car keys, even went as far as to try to hide my pants. But I just got a new pair. I wasn't going to let her stop me from seeing my friends. I finally got everything together and went to the door. She was standing right in front of it. She grabbed my arm and said, "I'm not letting you go. I'm not losing you." I just looked at her. "Why would you be losing me?" I asked. She wouldn't answer, just started babbling. I couldn't understand what she was saying. All I heard was one sentence: "I'm not letting you go." I was furious at this point. I couldn't take this anymore. I looked at her and told her that if she won't let me leave, then she has to leave. That sentence made her go ballistic. She started hitting and biting me wherever she could. I grabbed her and shoved her away as hard as I could. She went full force into the full-size mirror I kept by the door. I watched as she crashed into the mirror and just vanished into it. All I could see was her reflection looking at me in the mirror. I picked up my hand to touch the mirror and she did the same. I stopped and went to touch my own face. She did the same. Jonathan called as I stood looking at the mirror. He asked if we were still on for tonight. I told him that we had gotten into a fight. From the other side of the phone, I heard him yelling, "Jesus, Matt, she isn't even real. This is why everyone stopped talking to you. You always would bring your girlfriend with you to everything we did, and not once was anyone even with you. Get help now, Matt, or I am done." He hung up. I could still see her in the mirror. I went through every single day together in my head. She was so much like me, almost like she was me. She was me. All this time, she was me. I stared at her image in the mirror and fell to my knees, crying. When I opened my eyes, all I saw in the mirror was my own reflection. I sincerely hope you've had a wonderful time with me this evening. I know I have. So, be a lady or a gentleman and very politely tap that subscribe button. There you go. That was easy, wasn't it? Until the next time.